Mabuhay everyone, Marches here and welcome back to the channel. And for all of you who are new here, please do press the subscribe button down below and of course ring that notif bell if you want so you can be updated to the latest videos that I'll be uploading, more on performance, tech, and some travels. And also don't forget to follow me over at Instagram and Twitter. Today I'll be giving you the full performance review of the New Balance Omnis. So as you can see here, I have this gun fishing or fishing colorway, and this is the, I don't know what colorway it is, but this is just the pink, purple, and black colorway. And the main difference between the two is the fishing colorway, I got it over in Taiwan, so shout out to you, Howard, for bringing this to me. My friend bought this pair for me when he was in Taiwan, and luckily it's available. While this one, the pink, purple, black colorway, this was also bought for me by my very good friend Christopher. Shout out to you. He got this in the US over at the New Balance US site, and it was shipped here. It took about 2 weeks to get here from the US to the Philippines. For all of you asking for New Balance US site, unfortunately for Philippine residents, we cannot purchase it. You have to have a US address and a US credit card in order to buy in the New Balance site. But if you have any relatives who are there, maybe you can ask them and ask them for a favor to buy it for you and just pay them. Alright, so that's just a tip from me. And with the Taiwan release, I think only in Taiwan that they sold it in store, because in Hong Kong and I think in Singapore they only sell it in the online store. Also, you have to have a Hong Kong address and a Hong Kong credit card in order to buy there. So that sucks big time, but fortunately in Taiwan they were available. The sizing for this, I got the fishing colorway 10.5 and this one is the US 11, and both are D. So there's two variants for the New Balance. You can choose. When you're buying online, there are two variants for each sizes. So for example, when you're getting US 11, there's a choice between D and W. So I think the W stands for wider, and the D is more narrower. That's what I think, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the meaning of those. I'll start off with the fit first. I think I fit better in a 10.5. I'm a regular foot. For wide footers, I think you can go true to size because it runs a bit long and it has a lot of space above your toes. So that's a little disclaimer on the Omnis. But if you go half a size down, I think you'll be perfectly fine with it. I think I can fit on a full size down, but I didn't try that because if it's really tight, it would really hurt me when I'm playing, like what I experienced in the Converse All-Star BB. I had it really tight because the materials were really thin and I had lots of abrasion over at some of my toes. It's better to have a little extra space than have abrasions over your skin. That can really feel uncomfortable, especially when you're playing. You cannot play really well. You'll be really concerned and distracted with your foot. So that's a tip from me. So the upper is made out of textile mesh. I don't think this is knit. And based on the first wear out of the box, it's pretty soft. Little break-in time needed. Goes from the toe area to the heel part of the sneaker, and in the heel it is strapped by a synthetic leather, and on the ankle part is a synthetic leather. The Omnis is a one booty upper, so this is just a wing that can tighten your ankle part. So as for the fit and support of the forefoot area, the materials on these are not too rigid and they're not too soft. They're pretty much okay. And like I said, you don't need that much break-in time. And as for support, they don't stretch that much because there is also an underlining below the textile mesh. And what's nice about this one is also the cushion goes up on the lateral side and also on the medial side. It cages your foot so you won't be slipping anywhere on the footbed. As for the strap, it is useless. This is just for aesthetic purposes. As for the lacing system, it has a really cool lacing system. It has synthetic leathers on the side as the lace loops, and you have to just tighten it because there's, like I've said in the beginning, there's a little bit of toe space above your foot. You just have to really tighten up the first lace loops in order to really pull down and lock me in the forefoot area. The same thing I did with the 11, although there's a little bit more toe space with this and this is a little bit longer. I was still able to play with it. Just pulled and crank up the laces. Really want a very nice fit or a tight fit, go with the half size down. for regular footers. If you want a little bit of space around your foot, but it's still playable, you can go true to your size. But I would suggest go half a size down for a very nice fit. And as for the durability of the material, they're pretty much okay, and there's a little bit of fuse area around the inner forefoot area. As you can see, the pink or light pink here, that's fuse, that's more fuse, and with the white colorway also, that area is more fuse. This one, the fishing colorway, this white area is more fuse compared to this black area. So it's practically fuse in the parts that you need fusing or you want it more durable. Moving to the back part of the sneaker, it's almost made out of textile mesh, but this one on the back part, on the heel, there's an internal TPU plate, and this one is a lot softer textile material. It's very similar to the material here in the ankle opening, and I think it is just hard because of the internal TPU plate. And as for TPU heel containment, they're good. It can still be improved because I felt a little bit of space, but I didn't experience any heel slippage. Heel containment was good. You just have to really tighten up your laces. Keyless pillows were pretty comfortable. I would say, of course, the ankle protection on this one is pretty good because it's more of a high, and this synthetic leather ankle brace type really wraps around your foot for extra support on your ankle. Also, it will really lock you in on the sneaker. And don't worry, I didn't feel any discomfort around this area because the boot goes down and the synthetic leather touches your ankle a bit or ankle bone a bit. Just don't wear low-cut socks or a no-show socks. I think it will hurt your foot when you're doing side steps. But if you're using a regular basketball socks, I think you're good to go with it. Ankle protection, pretty good. Heel containment, lockdown, it can be improved. Overall, very nice. I think for the heel containment, the cushion also helps because the cushion really goes up around the back part of the sneaker, giving you a very nice cradle feel of your foot. That's one thing that I really love about the sneakers nowadays is they implemented that. Nike, Under Armour, and Adidas, they really are now using the cushion as part of the support of the sneaker. Unlike just sitting on top of the cushion, they made the cushion part of the support, which is really good. And that's a good implementation of all brands nowadays. So that's for the upper, and for the ease of wearing, the garter area around the ankle really stretches and opens up. It's really easy to put your foot in. And now moving on to the cushion, which is the highlight of the sneaker. It's one thing that I really love about the Omni. It's really very nice for a very low profile cushion setup. You really feel close to the ground, but at the same time, it is very bouncy. Impact protection is very nice on these. For me, it's very similar to React. Sorry, I forgot to mention that the tech that they use on the cushion is a fuel cell cushion setup. It's the top of the line cushion setup from New Balance, and it is pretty similar to Boost and React foam, which is very bouncy, very nice impact protection, and I like it a lot. It's very much at par with those top of the line cushion setup from other brands, and that's the highlight of these. And it's very responsive and you really feel really close to the ground. And now moving on to the traction of the sneaker, another area which I really love about the Omnis. Given with this fishing colorway and this purple pink colorway, both have amazing traction, because some brands with a very dark traction color, they have problems with it, but with this two, very nice traction. You grip really nicely on the floor. It squeaks really hard. I played with this pair on a very moist court and it still was gripping on the floor. It doesn't pick up that much dust too, which is another plus on the traction of the Omnis. For the traction, no complaints there. And also I like it that they also added traction here in the medial part of the forefoot area for your first step and when you're sliding or you're doing crossover. So that's a very nice touch on the traction on these. If you're asking me for outdoor use, I think you're pretty much safe with this. The rubber compound of the Omnis are pretty hard, so I think outdoor use is pretty okay with this. Like I said in the beginning, the fit, if you're a regular footer, go half a size down, and for wide footers, go true to your size. As for the pricing of this, I think this is $140 US, if I'm not mistaken. So around 140 for a signature sneaker, for the first signature sneaker of Kawhi Leonard. They're pretty much okay. Unfortunately, it's still not available here in the Philippines, but in other countries, if you're traveling, if you're there, they're pretty much available. I think Taiwan, Korea, Hong Kong, Singapore, if I'm not mistaken, around Asia part, and of course US. It's available there, but they're very quick to sold out. So if they release a new colorway, stay updated with their Instagram account, New Balance Hoop. And here in the Philippines, I think they'll be coming February next year or late January. That's the news that I got from New Balance Philippines. That's the time the New Balance Omnis will arrive here. So I'm pretty excited for all of you to try them if they come here in our shores. And I think that's it for my full performance review of the New Balance Omnis. Let me know if you have any questions. So hit me a comment down below. This has been Marches once again. Thank you for watching this video. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.